All right, three, two, one.
Hello from Philippines!
What is going on, YouTube? Well, it's your boy, your brother in paradise, and we back out here in another day in paradise. I wanted to bring you guys this one, because this was actually one of the first spots that I came to when I got here to the Philippines. I landed in Cebu, and then I slid on up here to Katmundaan. And some of my videos in the beginning, you saw me butchering the name Katmundaan, but I actually wanted to come back here. I took a really good picture here, and I had a couple of, good footage here, but I didn't get a chance to record an actual video. I like dropping videos in all of these different places, whether it be Philippines, Thailand, Miami, DR, Colombia, whatever. There's something about the background and the whatever that really attracts me, so to say. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about why I chose the Philippines. You know, what brought me out here was in the very beginning when I first got onto the Philippines and the whole nine. What first attracted my attention was I was looking for a wife. I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple of friends that was telling me to go ahead and do so.
Don't question it, just do it.
I had a one good friend that actually was married to a Filipina and brought her back home, to the States. And everybody that I talked to that was from the States, or I had a good friend of mine that was living in Brazil. And he was even married to a Filipina, so that was kind of interesting. Because Brazil is like one of the beautiful women capitals of the world. So um, I started to do my research, and first I started to look for women. I started to look, the characteristics of these type of women, and I had a little bit of a biased opinion towards the women here because of the fact that one of my best friends is Filipina and she's from here, that I actually went to school with. So looking at her and the qualities that she possessed, is something that I said, well, you know what, that's what I want in a wife.
That's what I want.
And if that's how they are back home where she's from, then I might need to go ahead and check out where she's from. And as I started to look for one, I started to look in different areas, look at the different areas, the different geographical areas like Luzon and the Visayas and stuff like that, and check out the different regions and the different provinces and stuff like that where these women were said to have been from. And see if I can kind of connect the dots with the characteristics that I'm looking for. Maybe Leyte may work for me, or maybe, outside of Cebu may work, or, Baguio, or, someplace in Negros, So I started to do my research, and that's what actually brought me to looking into geographical locations in the Philippines. So once I started to do that, I started to find a lot of different women and stuff like that. And I started to find a lot of different characteristics that I was looking for in these women. So if you guys out there are looking for certain things in your woman, I suggest that you write it down. Write it down, the things that you want in your ideal wife. Of course, you're not going to get them all. You know what I mean? Because you ain't perfect either. I'm not either.
Facts.
So but that don't that shouldn't stop us from looking for what the things are that we want in a woman. So I say write it down, the things that you are looking for, and then start to do your research. Whether it's, whether you like them a little feisty, whether a little bit mixed with Spanish, that's another part of the Philippines. Whether you like them calm, nice, quiet, petite, whatever, that's another part of the Philippines. So it all depends on what it is that you're looking for, and that's why as far as women goes, that's why I like the Philippines over Thailand and over a couple of other places here in Southeast Asia, because in the Philippines you have diversity of beauty.
He has a point.
Whether you like them tall and thick, or short and stocky, what I mean, like, however you want it, they have it. you know and it's harder when you're in Thailand or other parts, especially here in Southeast Asia. That's harder to find. But here in the Philippines, I mean, you can go, one block and you see all kind of different women, and then you could go like 10 minutes down the block, and find a whole different type of woman, that's in that area. It all depends. A lot of guys say, oh, get a province girl, don't get no city girl, this and that. You know, I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon yet. I'm not gonna jump in that argument yet. But what I suggest is that you guys look for, instead of saying, "Oh, let's look for a province girl because she has these qualities," or a city girl because she has these qualities, or some guys like bar girls. I mean, bar girls because they got these qualities. You know what I mean? At least they know how to hustle and make money, right?
Hell to the ninja.
Oh no, but but at the end of the day, you have to write down what it is that you're looking for, and then start to do your research on the Philippines, like how I did, and look for these qualities that's in these women, and then you can start to narrow it down to what parts of the country you want to go to, because at the end of the day, we don't all live here. So when you're coming in, you don't want to waste a lot of time bouncing around a lot of places that ain't really got what you're looking for.
True.
So if you do your research before you even get here, you'll be able to identify the areas that you want to go to where you have the highest chance of finding what it is that you want in a woman. And that's something that I highly suggest that you do. Whether it be, the Bicol region, whether it be Luzon, where Manila is, whether it be the Visayas region, where Cebu is, and Dumaguete, these are all areas that I like, but they all have different types of women that all have different characteristics in these areas. Of course, there are some things that you can connect the dots with because they're all Filipinas. So there are things that you can connect the dots with across all of them, but certain things that you may want, you can only find in certain areas. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you get here and you get in off the plane, whether you land in Manila or Cebu or wherever else you may decide to land, you want to land and immediately start jumping straight towards where it is that you're thinking about trying to find somebody that has the qualities that you want, because we're only here for a limited amount of time. Whether it be, 2 weeks, a week. I wouldn't suggest coming out here on a week, but 2 weeks. I say at least 10 days. 10 days, and trust me, once you get here, you're gonna be pissed off that you only did 10 days. You know, I suggest the minimum 10 days. So whether it be 10 days, 2 weeks, a month, whether you're trying to extend and get visas and all kind of other stuff, that's another video. But when you get here, you want to go straight to where it is that you feel like you can find the women that meet your goals, that meet your criteria, for what you're looking in a woman.
True.
And I suggest that because that's what I started to do. And that's why I started to do it. But I got sidetracked because as I was looking for these geographical locations and studying these geographical locations and different things, looking for a woman, the more I started to learn about the Philippines, the more I fell in love with it. And a lot of people, they just want to go and come here, find a wife, do their thing, blah blah blah, and then take her back home, and then you live happily ever after. I get that. And that's what my story was in the beginning too, until I started to do my research and I started to fall in love with the country. And now that I'm out here, I absolutely love it here. Like I could not have imagined that it would have been this amazing. You know, um, I just can't. Everywhere that I've been, people have been so warm, so welcoming. People welcome me into their house, drinks, food. They start cooking for me, I'm like, yo, you ain't even got to do all that, bro. Like, oh, you're here, you're our guest and stuff. It's just for me, it takes a little while to get used to. You know, um, Especially where I come from. We just don't let you into our house like that. And unless it's a setup, you know, and it's just different here. And I absolutely love it. And I'm glad that I came. And like I said, the more I did my research on the Philippines, the more I started to fall in love. And look where I'm at now. I don't want to go back to America.
I can't go back.
I don't. This is going to be my base of operations. I'll go back, of course. Hit Miami because that's where I'm from. I could drop videos there. I could drop videos in the Bahamas, DR, Cuba, whatever. It don't really matter. Because it's all my channel's about another day in paradise. It's not necessarily the Philippines, but I am in love with the Philippines, and this is going to be my base operations. I got a 16-year-old son, and once he graduates, I'm out. I'm here. I got on the ground. I know what I need to do. I know how I need to do it. I know who I need to contact. My contact list is strong. Now that I'm out here in the Philippines, I could get anything and everything done. I got a doctor set up. I got a dentist set up, which I'm dropping those videos too, because I got a video, that I'm working on right now about being sick in the Philippines. I can't really say too much about it, but I had 3 infections while I was here. We're not talking viral infections. We're talking bacterial infections. So, I almost died. But I'll drop that video a little bit later. Because I do want to give a shout out to my dentist and my doctor and everything like that. So I'm gonna put all of that together, all of the footage and everything together, so I can bring you guys another video about it. But anyways, I chose the Philippines because the more I started to dig into the Philippines, the more I started to learn about the Philippines, the more I started to study their culture, the more I started to study their history, the more I started to see connections just in the history. I started to see connections between the Filipino people and my people. And that was another boost. So it's like the more I started to learn about these women, about where they come from, about their areas, their cultures in these places that they come from, the more I dug, the more I felt amazed. And I can't really explain it like how I want to, but I suggest that you guys start with writing down the things that you are looking for in a wife, and then start studying these different areas. There was places that I have been at, that was at the bottom of a volcano. And they were some of the nicest people I'd ever seen. I pray to God nothing happens with that volcano, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and another place I just came from another island, that just had an earthquake 16 hours ago, and I just got up out of there, and they had a 6.6 earthquake, you know. So you have to study these areas, especially for my guys that want to be expats, that want to get out of the United States and stay in a place like this. You can definitely do it. And I say, with a budget about 12 to 1800, you know, you can definitely make it happen. 12 is pushing it. You won't be able to live a Western lifestyle, but it's definitely doable. I know people that's out here that's doing it with less, a lot less, but I ain't even gonna give those numbers out because I don't even want to set nobody up because my man's he making a lot of sacrifices, but he is after the minimalist, simplistic lifestyle, and that ain't really me. And that's not really a lot of you guys. Some of you guys, yeah, but most of you guys, nah. So I say about 12 to 1800. Anything more than that, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But anyways, the culture, I love it. Their history, I love it. There's a lot of connections between their people and my own. I love it. You know, I don't think that if I would have chose somewhere else like Colombia, Brazil, I ain't going to Brazil. Too much stuff be going on in Brazil, dog. I'm good. But if I would have chose some other place like Thailand or something else like that, yeah, I would have been happy. Yeah, I would have been good. Yeah, the cost of living is still cheap. Yeah, there's beautiful women there too and everything like that. Yeah, okay, I get it. But there are things about the Philippines that there is no other places that can be. And the things that are valuable to me may not be what's valuable to you. So I said write down your goals and the things that you want in a woman that you're gonna be waking up to next to every single day. Write those things down and then start to look. When you start to look, start to learn these areas. First I started off learning a language called Bisaya, and that's for the Visaya region. But then after that relationship kind of fell apart, I said, well, you know what, I don't know if I really want to stay in that area. I like that area, but it's better for me to learn the national language of Tagalog, because if I learn Tagalog, then it don't matter where I stay. I can stay in Luzon, I can stay in Visaya, I can stay in Mindanao. It doesn't matter because everybody speaks the mother tongue, the national language. They all have their dialects, like Bisaya is a dialect, but Bicol is a dialect. Hill. I can't pronounce that,
I tried.
but they all have their dialects, So I said, well, let me focus on learning Tagalog, instead, and that way it don't matter where I stay, But I'm really attracted to the Visaya region, so I may just go ahead and go back to studying my Visaya, and call it a day because I really like this region a lot. I like Luzon, I like Bicol, I like Legazpi, and I like Mindanao. but it's something about the Versailles region that's just calling me like, yo, you're home, and it's I don't know what it is, man. I don't know yet, but I will know soon. But at the end of the day, I just want you guys to make sure that you guys are doing things the right way, because I came in, and since my relationship failed before I came in, I didn't have a plan, so I was just bouncing around from place to place to place to place to place to place to place, and just calling it a day. By the time you see this video, you'll probably already been seeing the video of how I went broke in the Philippines. You know what I mean? So I dropped the first video about did I bring enough money for the Philippines. I brought a decent amount, but then I ended up running out. So I had to drop another video about being broke in the Philippines. If you ain't seen that one yet, before you watching this one, check it out. It should be coming soon. But anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys, man. I'm out here in a province called Katmundaan. I love it out here. The people are amazing. Everybody stare at me like I feel like I'm an Amazon because everybody's like this tall. So everybody's looking at me. I'm ducking and trying to make sure I don't hit no power lines and stuff like that. Like it's I love it out here. I could really see myself living out here. All I had was just some decent internet and waking up to this every day. Can't really beat that, homie. You know what I mean? Like, and you just big vibing with a little drink on your laptop, editing videos and doing your thing, working online, whatever it is. Speaking of working online, a couple of people then reached out on me asking me, what it is that I'm doing and stuff like that, to why I can be out here like this, and I'm getting ready to put together some videos and stuff like that soon. I'm not sure when I'll be able to drop it, but just know that I'm working on it, because there's like 4 or 5 different things that I do, online that I have been transitioning back to. I came out here with a lump sum of money saved up, and the online stuff. I used to have a couple of online, like 4 or 5 online businesses back in 2017 and 2018. The problem is that I could have been out here then, but I wasn't really, I didn't know anything about the Philippines. It wasn't on my mind, and now that it is, I'm transitioning now from transportation and truck driving on over to doing this back online. So it's slow in the beginning. That's why I had this lump sum. But it takes off after like 4 or 5 good months. You start to see some decent profit, and then it's over from there. Sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit, man.
4-hour work week. Your boy J and K. You know what I mean? Like, your boy Jay, the Black Filipino, recommend watching it. I mean, reading that book. I recommend it also. The 4-hour work week. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. It'll open your mind to a lot of different things on getting out of the matrix and getting out of that cycle. I call it the system. Of working your entire life. But anyways, that's another video, which I always say, but I never end up dropping it. Anyways, I'll drop it one day. I got you. I got a couple of destinations that I'm finna hit after I leave here, and just be expecting some content from a couple of different places around the world. It'll be slow at first, as always, but I do got a couple other things planned and lined up. Some more beautiful sites like this. A couple of little advice, and I've been dropping a lot of transit. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of transit videos, because one thing about it is when I was looking in Thailand and looking in the Philippines and stuff like that, I didn't see too many of these, and I like transit videos. I call them transit videos. Sorry for all of the noise in the background. I call it transit videos because you're riding and you're just recording the road as you're going by, or recording what's going. I like those type of videos because for somebody like me, I get to see what the weather is like. I get to see what the people are like. I get to see the shops. I get to see the sorry stores. I get to see the traffic. I get to see the types of vehicles that's out here. I get to see I get to see all these types of things just from these transit videos as I'm riding by. So I'm gonna be dropping a lot of those while I'm doing doing a voiceover and talking and giving some advice to y'all boys. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short because I'm already over my limit. Once again, man, it's your boy, Brother in Paradise, and we out here another day in paradise, man. Much love and respect, y'all. Take it easy, be safe.